Hi, my name is Ishai Levy, and this is my NBA player quiz. It's a simple web app that tests your knowledge on famous NBA players. You'll see an image of a player, you'll guess their name, and get a score at the end. Let's head into it and try it. Here's the quiz interface with the player's image and a question. So I could tell this player is the king himself, LeBron James. Let me type it in, then click submit. Then it takes me to the next player, Nikola Jokic. Let me type in Nikola Jovic, which would be wrong. Now let's go to the next question, sharpshooter, Stephen Curry. Now let me submit, and it will tell me that I got 2 out of 3 correct because I said Nikola Jovic instead of Nikola Jokic. Okay, now let's dive into the code. Let's look at the HTML structure of index.html. First, let's look at the containers in the body. First, we could look at the player image container, which basically is a placeholder for JavaScript to add in the image of the player. And then we could look at the question text, which is a placeholder for JavaScript to add the text of the question. Now we can look at the dynamic elements, which are the inputs and the buttons, which is the answer input, which is basically a placeholder for your answer, and the button, which is the submit button. And the bottom here basically just redirects you to the results page. Okay, now let's look at the script.javascript section of our code. So this quiz data array basically stores all the questions, answers, and images for the placeholders. Now let's also go to load question, which updates the website with the current question, and an event listener that checks for answers, updates score, and redirects to the results page, and the local storage saves the score before moving to the results page. Okay, now let's move on to style.css. First, I reset the styles and I remove default spacing and make sizing easier. I centered the page. I use Flexbot to center everything in the middle of the screen. The quiz box design, I added padding, rounded corners, and shadow to make the box look nice. In the player image, I made the image smaller rounded corners and spaced it from other stuff. Inputs and buttons, I made them the same size and centered them. Button hover effect, the button changes color when you hover over it. Links and results text, the link turns underlined when you hover, and the results text is bigger.